What to do if a tent city springs up in your backyard. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, we got a massive issue to unpackage today. The realities are, friends, we're entering into a recession. In case anybody wasn't aware of that, many people not aware of that. Congratulations to anybody that woke up, acknowledged the elephant in the room, got centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Friends, iron will sharpen iron. It is so important right now. I remember in the last recession, I was clueless. I was just out there doing my thing, unaware of what was coming. Having suffered some of the blowback of 2008, this time I treated this bubble a little differently. I was like, wait a minute, this is a bubble. I don't care what caused it. I don't care what you're telling me. I am not biting. This is a bubble. I'm going to sit this one out. Be fearful when others are greedy. Greedy when others are fearful. Greed took over the markets in a casino climate. We've seen this happen before. It will happen again. Today we're going to take a look at some shocking footage. And the reality is, our friends, this is insane. New York City and Los Angeles, the biggest percentage of our homeless population lives in those two big cities. They're like war zones currently, but the realities are this has happened before. In the Great Depression, we saw tent cities spring up all over. But back then was a lot more different than it is today. We didn't have as many government handout programs. We have created this entitled climate now for people. Everybody from middle class to lower class, upper class, you name it, everybody feels entitled that the government's going to bail us out. But the realities are all they've done is worked us backwards. We recovered from the Great Depression, came back stronger. This time, what we're doing is we're digging a deeper hole. This has got my full and undivided attention, friends. And the reality is, I've talked to so many people. Recently, I talked to somebody in a multi-million-dollar Southern California area with an awesome home, Newport Beach area. Homeless camp moved in behind them, and they were on the market. This is a hard one to do. I've had to deal with properties before where you've got a homeless camp that you're going to have to go through. In Beverly Hills, you're going to go through a homeless camp before you get there. It's insane. I mean, when you look at areas like Los Angeles and New York, where you can have the most expensive places in the world to live, and then the homeless population exploding. And the realities are, friends, while we want to continue to help the needy, we always want to help the needy, we've got to understand what exactly is going on. And sometimes entitlement is not helping people. We need to help people, by helping them help themselves. You can't help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. So if you continue to just throw money at the situation, they're just going to think it's a handout society. Let's roll some shocking footage to drive our point home. Then we're going to meet back here and wrap this one up. Let's get started. To predict the future, we must look at the past. Many became homeless and were forced to build crude camps on the fringes of town and name them Hoovervilles. Of course, with recessions and depressions, job losses will run rampant. It happened before, it will happen again. And many may argue this is already happening. This doesn't look too far off from what we're already dealing with here in America. In the last Great Depression in New York City, right in Central Park, encampments had to be made to house the people that had lost their jobs. So in my opinion, it's very important to acknowledge the elephant in the room. These things have happened before. They can happen again. Let's get back to the studio and wrap this one up. Welcome back, friends. So there's just what happened in the last Great Depression. These things have happened before. The shocking part about this one, in my opinion, my humble opinion, we already look like that prior to the recession in our quote unquote healthy pre-pandemic economy. New York City, Los Angeles exploded, already looked like a depression. We're just using smoke and mirrors, sweeping stuff under the rug, pretending like It doesn't exist. This artificial AI digital diet world, measuring our insides by other people's outsides, trying to look good on social media environment that we've created has completely been just an absolute joke to me. It swept me up, it swept you up, it swept everybody up. We've got to understand the first step of getting past the problem, admit there's a problem. We have a massive problem here, my friends. Now it becomes the percentage of likelihood. What's the percentage of likelihood we're going to end up in a full-blown recession? For me personally, we're already in one. Now it's just seeing what kind of blowback it delivers. The second one is economic depressions have always cycled throughout time. We just looked at some footage of the Great Depression. Not too shocking really anymore because we're already seeing that kind of stuff go on again. These things have happened before, they'll happen again. It's not if, it's purely when. So now it becomes a percentage of likelihood. Could the biggest global shutdown of a global economy deliver an economic depression? I think so. I want to know what you guys think. Listen, friends, the first step of getting past a problem, admit there's a problem, and then acceptance. We got to accept the situation. This is what's going on. We overheated the biggest asset class in the world, the U.S. housing market, and now the majority of all properties on the market are now trending the opposite direction. You're seeing that. You're seeing that now. Congratulations if you didn't drink the Kool-Aid. If you did, stick with the channel. I'm going to help many people dig their way out of this one. It might not be fun. You won't regret it, though, because you're going to learn so much having gone through it. Me, having gone through the last Great Recession and drinking the Kool-Aid, I don't regret it anymore because of what I've learned. But one thing I do know, if you do the same thing over expecting a different result, that's the definition of insanity. So this time I had to warn people, even as a real estate guy who benefited from the euphoria, I had to warn people, and I'm so happy I did. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life, understanding the biggest global shutdown of an economy is going to deliver its blowback. There's no sidestep in this one. There's no government program that can bail us out of this one. We already threw everything and the kitchen sink at it, and all it did was create runaway inflation, and now the only way to tame it is to raise the cost of money, and it's shocking the markets, and we're watching it unfold in real time. So understand that. The realities are, friends, these depressions have always happened. We're probably going to have another one delivered at some point. This crisis is probably a perfect storm to deliver it. So I want to continue to just acknowledge the elephant in the room. We'll continue to heat map and temperature check this one as it plays out so we can protect people and protect them as best as we can. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, there's an email in the description for you as well of a network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. If you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, another video is going to be coming in your screen at this time that I think you're absolutely going to enjoy, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. If you found anything I said helpful to you and your housing needs, there's a super thanks button that you can thank me there with. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.